I'm Caitlin Conley.
I'm Lydia Porter.
And this is Termites Catch the Scent.
Scent versus Sense.
Termites can get into someone's house and destroy it. Termites rely on pheromones to communicate with one another, and termites leave a pheromone trail for other workers to follow to a needed resource, such as food and shelter. The main point was to figure out what type of pin mimics the pheromones that termites are attracted to. For this experiment to happen, we first drew lines and shapes with different pins, then immediately placed the termites on the shape or line and timed how long it took them to complete it. In our results, we figured out that most household writing instruments mimic termite pheromones. From this, we learned that most of our everyday writing tools are made from a termite pheromone. Our background question is, do common writing instruments mimic termite pheromones? The background, although it has been known for some time that a number of termite species use trail pheromones for orientation towards food or sources of disturbance. Worker termites, which is the type of termites we use in this experiment, are blind. Therefore, these termites rely on pheromones to communicate with one another. Termites leave a pheromone trail for other workers to follow to a needed resource, such as food and shelter. The chemical pheromones used by termites closely resemble the chemicals that are used in some household items. One example is a chemical used in ink and certain ballpoint pens. This experiment investigated which ink attracted the termites the most. Our hypothesis is, we think that the Bic pens will attract the termites more than other writing instruments, because the chemicals used in Bic pens most resemble the termites' pheromones.
The materials we used were different types of pen: black paper mate, blue Bic, black Bic, and zebra emulsion. Pencil, paper, termites, timer, jar, wet towel, a clear cup, a small paintbrush. Experimental variables. Independent variable. Type of pen: we selected the type of pens we used for each trial. Dependent variable. If the termites followed the line, we had no control over which type of pen the termites would follow. Controlled variable. Number of termites used, the shapes and lines used, number of trials for every pattern, the number of termites used each time. Our procedures were, first, make 4 copies of a circle. On each copy, label the writing instrument used to trace the circle on the sheet. Second, label the cup without any termites, tested termites. This is where we place the termites after we use them in a test. Next, we use the black Bic pen to trace the first circle. Then, after we trace the circle, we immediately place the termite in the middle of the circle. To move the termite, we held the brush towards the end of the cup and picked them up gently on the brush, then rolled them onto the paper. Next, we observed the termites for 2 to 5 minutes and recorded it in the data table for the first trial. If they tried to leave, we would gently swipe them over with the brush. This termite was placed in the tested termite cup. Once we were done with the test, this process was repeated with another termite. We repeated steps 1 through 5 with a black paper mate pen. After the time trials, 3 lines were drawn on the paper. The zebra emulsion pen line was the first line, a pencil line was the second, and the black paper mate was the last line. A termite was placed in the middle of these 3 lines to determine which pen it would follow. This trial was repeated with a different termite. The zebra emulsion pen was used to trace the 2 assorted line paths. The results of the termite's ability to stay on the time and to stay on the line were recorded.
Results. In this experiment, we found that the termites followed the zebra emulsion the most. However, they would also follow a circular line drawn by a black paper mate pen. The termites struggled to follow circular lines drawn by either of the Bic pens. Next, we tried to determine which pen the termites would prefer between the 2 favorites, the black paper mate or the zebra emulsion pen. After 2 trials, the termites preferred the zebra emulsion pen. Once we determined which pen ink was preferred, we decided to test 2 patterns. 2 different linear patterns were drawn by using the zebra emulsion pen. It was found that the termites could follow the straight lines found on path A, but could not follow the sharp corners found on this path. It was also found that the termites could follow curved corners like found on path B and the original circles. In conclusion, common household writing instruments mimic the termite pheromones that the termites follow. The ability to follow a trail is an important role in navigating through their environment. Laying down this trail allows them to guide others to specific locations of food and other resources. Thank you for our time, and I hope you enjoyed our project.